Smile, smile, smile. Make your world so much brighter. Smile, smile, smile. Make your world so much kinder. The worth of your smile is so much more than treasure. It's the way to health and happiness. Life will be a pleasure. When you leave the house, smile at everyone you see. Spread a little joy and love and sunshine with everyone you meet. Smile, smile, smile. Make the world so much brighter. Smile, smile, smile. Make your world so much kinder. Smile, smile, smile. Sorriso, sorriso, sorriso. Smile, smile, smile. Sorriso, sorriso, sorriso. From the bottom of your heart, greet each day with a smile. Happiness will follow you all the days of your life. Smile, smile, smile. Make your world so much brighter. Smile, smile, smile. Make your world so much kinder. Smile, smile, smile. Sorriso, sorriso, sorriso. Smile, smile, smile. Sorriso, sorriso, sorriso. Smile, smile, smile. Sorriso, sorriso, sorriso. Smile.
How meditation helps in your career. Do you have a problem or stress from your work? On the way to work, you might get caught in a traffic jam causing you to be late. If you avoid the traffic by using public transportation, you might not feel comfortable. And when you're at work, you might have a problem with your coworkers, clients, or even with your boss. When you have to make a difficult decision, are you sure you can make it confidently? Do you feel unhappy with your current routine? Meditation can help you manage stress and feel happier. Stress, anger, and unhappiness can destroy brain cells. They will reduce brain efficiency. On the other hand, meditation helps to increase brain cells, resulting in a better performance and a good mental health. According to scientific research, meditation helps to increase serotonin. It makes you relaxed, happy, and more creative. Stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system helps you calm down, reduce stress, and decrease metabolism, which helps decrease damage to your health, so you will live well and stay young-looking. Meditation can help you distinguish between your professional and personal selves, quickly adjust your mood in a stressful situation, accept others' comments, be ready to solve problems and take responsibility. make smart decisions faster, and become more creative. All this helps your emotional health. You will be joyful and become everyone's sweetheart. Here's how to meditate. Sit cross-legged. The right hand over the left hand is placed on the lap comfortably. Close your eyes gently. Relax every part of the body. Release your mind. We should meditate at least 15 minutes a day. That's how your brain will be ready to relax and work efficiently. Meditate today and meet the new you. Meditation is indication of mind being still, not wandering. It makes you feel peaceful, comfortable, happiness. Why meditate? Our brains are at work 24 hours a day even when we rest. But if the brain does not get rest, the result is stress and anxiety. That's why we need meditation so the brain can relax. However, meditation has many other benefits as well. Meditation helps to learn better. Our brains have 4 types of waves. Beta waves. Beta waves function in situations of chaos and cause low efficiency in learning. Alpha waves are activated in the brain in calm conditions, so we are ready to work efficiently with a very happy and creative mood. Theta waves, state of the brain is half asleep and half awake. Delta waves. The brain is in deep sleep state and wave frequency is minimal. Meditation can help reduce the frequency of brain waves, make a better performance, improve memory, reduce tensions, and enable more creativity. Meditation makes your skin better. Meditation will stimulate the secretion of growth hormone, makes the skin radiant and young-looking, reduce tensions, eliminate free radicals, the cause of aging, and improve personality, confidence, and appetite control. Meditation helps to improve our health. Meditation makes the white blood cells stronger, creating better immunity. Treatment of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and dermatitis improves. It also leads to a good mental as well as physical health. Here's how to meditate. Sit cross-legged. The right hand over the left hand is placed on the lap comfortably. Close your eyes gently. Relax every part of the body. Release your mind. We should meditate at least 15 minutes a day. That's how your brain will be ready to relax and work efficiently.
Theravada Buddhism in Thailand. 3 months after the Lord Gautama Buddha attains complete Nibbana, his 500 perfected disciples who had heard his teachings convened at Sattapani Cave, located near the city of Rajagarha in the kingdom of Magadha, for what is now referred to as the First Buddhist Council or Sankhayana. The recitation and compilation of the Buddha's teachings takes 7 months to complete, and it is the first time that they have been thoroughly compiled and categorized. These teachings, approved by the elder monks at the First Buddhist Council, form the basis of the Tipitaka or Pali Canon. Followers and practitioners of these teachings are called Theravada, meaning the teachings laid down by the Theravada monks. Therefore, the Theravada school of Buddhism means the community of monks that scrupulously adheres to the teachings of the Buddha that was compiled at the First Buddhist Council. Buddhism didn't arrive to Thailand until after the Third Buddhist Council, when King Ashoka the Great sent Buddhist missionaries, Venerable Sona and Venerable Uttara, to propagate Buddhism in Suvarnabhumi, land of gold, a name which Southeast Asia is commonly known. Buddhism has flourished in this region ever since. The history of Buddhism in Suvarnabhumi can be divided into 4 different periods as follows. Theravada Buddhism during the reign of King Ashoka the Great, Mahayana Buddhism, Burmese Theravada Buddhism, Langavamsa Theravada Buddhism. Langavamsa Theravada Buddhism is a form of Buddhism Thai people have practiced for numerous generations. Sukhothai period 1277. King Ramkhamhaeng learns of the disciplined lifestyle of a community of Langavamsa Theravada Buddhist monks residing in the city of Nakhon Si Thammarat that strictly adheres to the Vinaya, monastic discipline. Therefore, he invites the Supreme Patriarch of Nakhon Si Thammarat to come teach Buddhism in the city of Sukhothai. Langavamsa Theravada Buddhism eventually becomes widely practiced in Sukhothai. Lana period 1370. King Kurna sends an envoy to invite Venerable Sumana Thera from the city of Sukhothai to teach Buddhism in Lana. This is how Langavamsa Theravada Buddhism became established in Lana, as evident by the construction of Wat Prat That Doi Suthep. Ayutthaya period. Buddhist monks living in the city of Ayutthaya have traveled abroad to study Buddhism in Sri Lanka. Then around 1753, as Buddhism in Sri Lanka begins to decline, the king of Sri Lanka asks King Paramakot to send monks from Ayutthaya to help ordain the Sinhalese men. As a result, Venerable Upali and Venerable Arya Muni lead a group of 15 monks to carry out this mission in Sri Lanka. From that day forward, Siam Nikaya Buddhism becomes established in Sri Lanka and continues to flourish. Thonburi period. King Thaksin revives Buddhism, which has been in decline ever since the war with Burma, resulting in the loss of the city of Ayutthaya in 1767. King Thaksin asks all the monks who have gone into hiding during the war to return to their temples. Venerable D of Wat Pradu becomes the first Supreme Patriarch of Thonburi. The Ratanakosin period. Important events related to Theravada Buddhism during the Ratanakosin period are as follows. King Rama I. He has Wat Prat Si Ratana Satsararam built and Wat Sutat Tepawa Raram restored. He calls for the 9th Buddhist Council to be held and has various Buddhist texts and scriptures translated. King Rama II. He revives the Buddhist tradition of celebrating Visakha Busha Day and sends monks to study and research Buddhism in Sri Lanka. He also has Wat Sutat built. King Rama III. He asked royal scholars to write books on the various branches of knowledge, as well as Buddhist literatures like Visantara Jataka poem and Patom Samma Potikatha, Life of the Buddha. King Rama IV. He enters the monkhood as a prince and receives the monastic title of Venerable Vachirayano. He has a strong belief in the strict practice of the Raman Vangsa monks and later reordains with this order. Many follow suit and enter the monkhood, leading to the order's new name, Thammayut Nikaya. King Rama V. He establishes a new monastic education system that includes Dhamma study and Pali study. He helps establish the monastic university, Mahajulalongkorn Rajavidyalaya University. King Rama VI. He pens Buddhist literatures on topics such as what higher knowledge did the Buddha gain from enlightenment, the Mangala Sutta poem, etc. King Rama VII. He enters the monkhood and spends the rains retreat at Wat Borwan Niwed Vihara. He is given the monastic name of Venerable Bachatipo. He has the Sayamrat Tipitaka version printed. King Rama VIII. He has the Tipitaka translated using common day language and in the form of a Dhamma talk. This version is called the Royal Tipitaka. King Rama IX. He enters the monkhood and is given the monastic name Venerable Bhumipalo. He has the Sangha law decreed. In 1962, he appoints the Supreme Patriarch of Thailand as the head of the Thai Buddhist order. He helps establish Buddhist temples abroad. Since the leaders of the country and members of the four Buddhist communities have always performed their parts in the Buddhist cause, Buddhism continues to flourish in Thailand. History of the Lord Buddha. Our Bodhisattva continued to contemplate his enlightened knowledge until he became enlightened as the Buddha early the following morning. He had finally liberated himself from the sense sphere that imprisoned every living being after countless existences dedicated to discovering the path out of suffering. Immediately after enlightenment, our Lord Buddha felt so blissfully joyous, he continued to meditate and consider the Dhamma. At the end of the 7th week, he emerged from the meditative bliss and went from the Spanish cherry tree to the Barringtonia tree. He was concerned that his enlightened knowledge was so profound that people would have great difficulty in seeing and knowing it. It was so elaborate and profound that only wise sages could penetrate it. But through his boundless compassion, he decided to teach his Dhamma to the people. He employed the Buddha insight to scan human beings and found them to belong to 4 main groups, which could be compared to 4 types of lotuses. Once our Lord Buddha made the decision to teach the Dhamma, he considered the people that would be worthy to hear the first Dhamma lecture. He thought about the yogis Alara and Uttaka, but when he checked, he found out that the yogis had just passed away. He then thought about the 5 ascetics and how they tended to him and decided to give his first Dhamma lecture to them. Early the next morning, our Lord Buddha went to the deer park where the 5 ascetics were living at the time. The first 5 ascetics received the first Dhamma lecture, called Dhammajak Gappawattana Sutta. The occasion coincided with the 15th day of the 8th waxing moon. The sutta deals with the 2 extremes, which one should not practice. Instead, one should practice the middle way, which includes the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path in turn leads to the truth about life, which is called the Four Noble Truths. In his first Dhamma lecture, the ascetic Kondanya was able to attain the path of stream entrance. When the Lord Buddha realized this fact, he ordained Kondanya in a supernormal ordination called Ehi Bhikkhu Pa Sampata, by saying, "Let you become a monk. Practice what I teach you, and practice chastity in order to put an end to suffering." Soon afterwards, the rest of the ascetics also attained the path of stream entrance and given the Ehi Bhikkhu ordination by the Lord Buddha. After their ordination, our Lord Buddha gave another Dhamma lecture called Anattalakkana Sutta, which says that the 5 aggregates are impermanent and should not be adhered to. Such understanding can lead to the end of defilements. At the end of this Dhamma lecture, the former 5 ascetics attained arahatship and became the first group of arahats, serving as living witnesses to the Buddha's enlightenment. Around that time, there was a gentleman by the name of Yasa, who was the son of a wealthy man living not too far away from Deer Park. He had grown tired of the householder's life and decided to go into Deer Park. As he did so, he kept muttering, "This place is chaotic. This place is filled with obstacles." As Yasa walked past our Lord Buddha's abode, he heard Yasa's utterance and said, "This place is not chaotic. This place is not filled with obstacles. "Come hither, and I will give you a Dhamma lecture." Yasa did so, and our Lord Buddha gave him a Dhamma lecture called Anupupapikatha, followed by the Four Noble Truths. At the end of the lecture, Yasa became a stream enterer. The next morning, Yasa's father was out looking for him and heard the same Dhamma lecture from the Lord Buddha. Yasa listened to the Dhamma lecture for the second time and attained arahatship. He was given the Ehi Bhikkhu ordination by the Lord Buddha. Some time later, the monk Yasa's 54 friends heard about his ordination and came to see him. They listened to the same Dhamma lecture from our Lord Buddha and attained arahatship. As a result, there were now 60 arahats altogether. The Buddha then held an assembly of the Sangha, or the order of his perfected disciples, and instructed them on the responsibilities in disseminating Buddhism. After his disciples left, the Buddha headed for Uruvela alone. On his way, he preached to a group of 30 men and helped them attain arahatship. After giving them ordination, he assigned them to propagate his teachings. The Buddha continued on his way to Uruvela to save the 3 ascetic brothers who practiced fire worshipping. The eldest brother, Uruvela Gatsapa, had a retinue of 500. The middle brother, Nadi Gatsapa, had a retinue of 300. The youngest brother, Gaya Gatsapa, had a retinue of 200. The Lord Buddha had to work a total of 16 miracles before the ascetic brothers and their 1,000 attendants could be converted. They asked to be ordained and was given the Ehi Bhikkhu Upasampada ordination by the Lord Buddha. Afterwards, our Lord Buddha gave them a Dhamma lecture, and by the end of the lecture, the 3 former ascetics and their attendants attained arahatship. Later still, the Buddha traveled to Raja Garha city of Magadha kingdom to give a sermon to King Bimbisara and the citizens. The king and 11,000 attendants attained stream entrance and took the triple gem as their refuge. King Bimbisara and his attendants became lay devotees. They offered food and other alms to the Sangha. Being concerned that the masses should learn Dhamma and wishing to provide the Lord Buddha and the Arahats a place to stay, King Bimbisara had a monastery built within the bamboo grove. This was considered the first Buddhist temple in the world. The propagation of Buddhism by the Lord Buddha and his perfected disciples enabled many people from different places to learn about Buddhism, and many men were ordained as Buddhist monks. It was through the Arahat Asaji that the future chief disciples came to know Buddhism. At the time, the future chief disciples, namely Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana, had subscribed to another belief. Their former names were Upatissa and Golita. These 2 men were close friends, and each had a retinue of 250. They lived in the city of Raja Garha and took up the religious life under a creed leader by the name of Sanjaya. They had learnt everything from their master and still could not find what they were searching for. Therefore, they promised each other that they would go their separate ways to look for a teacher who could tell them the real truth about life, and whoever found the teacher first would tell the other about it. Finally, Upatissa met the Arahat Asaji one day and was very impressed. Upatissa approached the Arahat Asaji and asked, "Who is your master, and what does he teach?" The Arahat Asaji answered, "Any phenomenon which has a cause, my master teaches about the causes of those phenomena and the end of the phenomena. These are what my master teaches." As a result of the wisdom perfection which Upatissa had accumulated over countless lifetimes, he was able to attain stream entrance just by hearing Arahat Asaji's answer. He hastened to find his friend Golita so that he could share the Dhamma with him. Upon hearing it, Golita too attained stream entrance. The 2 men went to tell their master Sanjaya the news, but Sanjaya was indifferent to it. Therefore, the 2 men along with their retinue left and went to see the Lord Buddha. They wished to be ordained, so they were given the Ehi Bhikkhu Upasampada ordination by the Lord Buddha. Some time later, both monks attained arahatship, and the Lord Buddha gave them new names to honor their respective mothers. Upatissa was given the name Sariputta because his mother's name was Sari. Golitha was given the name Moggallana because his mother's name was Moggalli. Later still, the Lord Buddha named them his chief disciples. Initially, all of the Lord Buddha's disciples were arahants. As soon as the monks attained arahatship, they went their separate ways in order to propagate Buddhism. They went far and wide. Then, on the 15th day of the third waxing moon, a miraculous event took place, in that all 1,250 perfected disciples came as one to the Verutwana temple without any prior arrangement. This miracle was characterized by the four following factors. 1. It was the Ubosota day, or a Buddhist holy day, the 15th day of the third waxing moon. 2. The monks came together without prior arrangement. 3. All of the monks were arahats. 4. They were all given the Ehi Bhikkhu Upasamhata ordination by the Lord Buddha. The Lord Buddha then appointed Sariputta and Moggallana as his two main chief disciples. Then on the Ubosota day, or the Buddhist holy day on the 15th day of the third waxing moon, he gave the Ova Patimokkha lecture, which contains the heart of Buddhism and the policy by which Buddhism should be propagated. The lecture was given to the 1,250 perfected disciples or arahats, and it provided a guideline to enable the Sangha or Buddhist monks to practice accordingly. It was aimed to train the arahats to be good role models before they are sent to propagate Buddhism, and to lead all sentient beings out of the endless cycle of existence. This is considered as one of the most important days in Buddhism, and it is known as Magha Busha Day. The essence of the Ova Patimokkha lecture can be separated into three main parts, which are the ideal, the principle, and the method. The ideal is the ultimate aim in life and consists of 1. Patience. Be patient of hardships, as it is the means to develop dedication in order to eliminate defilements from one's mind. 2. Nibbana. The Lord Buddha said that Nibbana is supreme. He emphasized perseverance in their meditation practice as a way to extinguish defilements. 3. Do not harm others. The means to achieve the Buddhist ideal is by abstaining from maligning others, from hurting others, physically and mentally. Those who aspire to attain Nibbana must have compassion and kindness. The principle is the way to correctly lead the Buddhist way of life. 1. Abandon all misdeeds regardless of the degree, because we exist under the law of karma. 2. Cultivate all that is wholesome at every opportunity we have. 3. Purify one's mind by meditating consistently every day. The method is the course of cultivating oneself and propagating Buddhism. 1. Abstain from maligning others or any other religion. Use intelligence to educate others on Buddhism. 2. Do not harm or hurt others, and practice restraint without resorting to force. Employ kindness and compassion, and offer intelligent explanation so that they will want to learn more about Buddhism on their own. 3. Adhere to the monastic codes of conduct and demonstrate politeness and good manners. 4. Have a sense of moderation when it comes to food and the 4 basic necessities. 5. Choose to sit and lie down in quiet and appropriate places as a manner to fully practice one's perseverance. 6. Be diligent in one's meditation practice in order to eliminate one's defilements. After preaching the Ovada Patimokkha, the Lord Buddha and his disciple earnestly propagated Buddhism until it became established in the various provinces. Throughout his 45-year ministry, the Lord Buddha performed all the duties of every Buddha before him by teaching the Dhamma, propagating Buddhism, and establishing Buddhism. Wherever he is, he continues to perform the 5 Buddha duties. 1. In the morning, he goes on his alms round. 2. In the evening, he teaches the Dhamma to the people. 3. At night, he teaches the monks. 4. Late at night, he solved the celestial beings' problems. 5. At dawn, he checks all beings to see who may possess the perfections to attain enlightenment and will go save them. The method of propagating Buddhism as outlined by the Lord Buddha resulted in Buddhism becoming firmly established in the world and gaining increasing numbers of followers. Even during his final years, the Lord Buddha continued to be a great teacher who taught sentient beings how to escape from the cycle of suffering. He performed his Buddha duties tirelessly for 45 years and until the final moments of his life. The Lord Buddha's final words to the 4 Buddhist communities were, "Behold, monks, I wish to remind you that all conditional things undergo decay. May all of you make sure that you are not reckless." After his last word was spoken, the Buddha attained complete Nibbana on the full moon day of the 6th lunar month, known as Visakha, at Kusinara city, at the age of 80. Pra Anuruddha, the disciple foremost in Celestial Eye, who was sitting close by, witnessed the Lord Buddha's holy progress in attaining complete Nibbana. The Lord Buddha's immense compassion for all living beings was beyond compare and had never wavered. The Buddha is the ultimate teacher of all beings. Wherever he went, he would teach the truth to every living being there. Since the Lord Buddha was greatly respected by humans and celestial beings, once he attained complete Nibbana, kings from 7 kingdoms sent emissaries to ask for a share of the holy relics. They wanted to house their share of the holy relics in a stupa where people could come pay their homage. Even kings of celestial realms descended to earth to invite the relics to be enshrined in the heavenly Julamani stupa, located in Tawatimsa heaven, so that celestial being too can also offer their homage. After the Lord Buddha attained complete Nibbana, Buddhist monks continued to propagate Buddhism until it became firmly established in many countries, including Thailand. Thai people are grateful that they are born in a country where Buddhism is a primary religion, and for having all aspects of their lives enriched by it. We should therefore practice the teachings of the Lord Buddha in order to lead wholesome and happy lives in the present and for future lifetimes. Moreover, we should put every effort to preserve Buddhism for future generations, the way our ancestors safeguarded Buddhism for us, that it has become a compass for leading virtuous lives. Visakha Bucha Day, the birth of our Lord Buddha. The flawless moon, during the full moon night, it's brighter than any star in the sky. In the same manner, the Lord Buddha's birth, it's more glorious than the birth of any being. The appearance of the Lord Buddha brings a great wealth of merit to all living beings. The Lord Buddha removes our suffering and leads us to eternal happiness. In the same way that the full moon removes darkness from the night and lights up the dark sky. Exactly 20 Asankhya's or incalculable eons, and 100,000 Mahakapas, or great eons ago, our great Bodhisattva commenced the pursuit of his perfection. The amount of blood he had sacrificed throughout his countless lifetimes was greater than the water in the 4 great oceans. The amount of flesh he had sacrificed was greater than the land masses. The number of skull he had sacrificed would pile higher than the great Mount Sumeru. The number of eyes he had sacrificed was greater than the stars in the sky. He had willingly performed them all for the sake of attaining enlightenment. After all 3 levels of the 10 perfections had been accumulated to the fullest extent, our Bodhisattva was reborn in the Tusita realm. As King Santusita, the sovereign of the Tusita realm. When the auspicious moment arrived, celestial beings from 10,000 universes came together to beseech him to be reborn in the human realm. Once the request was made, our great Bodhisattva considered the 5 important factors. The first factor was the average human lifespan at that time. Every Lord Buddha only appears on earth at the time when the average human lifespan is between 100 to 100,000 years. When the average lifespan exceeds 100,000 years, the issues of birth, aging, and death become irrelevant. It is easy to live life recklessly then, and the Lord Buddha's teaching about the 3 characteristics of impermanence, suffering, and the absence of self will go unheeded. But when the average lifespan is below 100 years, the mind is thick with defilements, the earth environment is hostile, and people must spend all of their time toiling for a living and fending for themselves. Next, he considered the 4 human worlds, which included Pupa Viteha, Uttara Guru, Appara Goyan, and Chompu. Our Bodhisattva saw that every Buddha only appeared in the Chompu world. Next, he considered the country of his birth, which is now India and Nepal. He chose a royal birth since it was considered to be the noblest at that time. He found the lady who would be suitable to be his birth mother in the person of Queen Sili Mahamaya, because she had pursued perfections for the purpose of giving birth to the Buddha for the past 100,000 kappas. Once the 5 factors were in place, our Bodhisattva agreed to the request, and the wife of King Suttodana of Kapila Vastu Kingdom, Queen Sili Mahamaya, became pregnant. On the full moon day of the 8th lunar month, the queen gave alms and observed the 8 precepts, as was her normal practice. She went to sleep that night, but at dawn the next morning, she dreamt that the 4 kings of the Jatu Maharajika realm came together to bring her, along with her bed, to the celestial forest of Himavanta. The bed was placed on a great stone slab beneath the Dipterocarpacea tree. Female celestial beings took her to bathe in the celestial lake of Anodat and apply scented powders on her skin and adorn her body with celestial flowers. Afterwards, they took her to the bedchamber in a gold celestial mansion situated on top of a silver mountain. While she was in bed, a great white elephant came down from the gold mountain to see her. He carried in his trunk white, gloriously fragrant lotuses and circumambulated her 3 times. And it appeared as though afterward he entered the right side of her abdomen. While the queen was having this dream, our great Bodhisattva ceased to be in the Tusita realm, and the queen became pregnant. At that moment, there was a loud rumble, and the ground quaked. Brightness pervaded everywhere together with the occurrence of 32 supernormal events in 10,000 universes. Since the instant our Bodhisattva was conceived, he was comfortable in the womb and did not feel cramped in any way. The queen felt comfortable and light, as though she was not pregnant at all. She could clearly see our Bodhisattva sitting in a half-lotus position inside her womb. When the queen was 10 months pregnant, she wanted to return to her homeland, which was the city of Devataha. In the morning of Visakha Puranami, the queen traveled in a gold palanquin out of the city surrounded by her retinue. The royal procession kept moving until it reached the beautiful Lumbini Grove. The queen wished to have a rest and to walk around the royal park. The ministers prepared a place for her beneath the shady sala tree. As she was enjoying herself, she raised her hand to touch a sala branch, and it lowered itself down to her so she could hold it. Suddenly, she felt the birth pangs. The officials hurried to prepare the area and put up curtains all around it. Close to noontime, the queen gave birth to a male infant who possessed all 32 physical characteristics of the perfect man. As the perfect man was being born, before his feet touched the ground, the 4 Brahma kings from the 4 Sutavas realms used a celestial gold net to receive him. Channels of warm and cool water from the air bathed the queen and the great Bodhisattva. Then the 4 kings of the Jatu Maharajika realm received the perfect man from the Brahma kings and gave him to the human nannies. Our great Bodhisattva stood up, and his feet were on the ground. He looked all around him and could not find any other person that possessed as much merit as he did. So he turned towards the north. He then took 7 steps, and each step was miraculously cushioned by a lotus blossom. He said in a resounding voice, a voice as pleasing to the ears as the voice of the Brahma king, I am the Supreme Being. I am the most advanced being in the world. I am the most sublime being in the world. This is my final rebirth. We must bear in mind that the appearance of the perfect man is an extremely rare occurrence. Within one kappa, there can appear, at the most, only 5 perfect men. Therefore, on Visakha Puja Day, the universally important day, let's come together to remind ourselves of the greatest debt of gratitude we owe to the Lord Buddha by being dressed in white, and come to the temple to give alms, observe the precepts, practice meditation, and offer them as a token of our reverence to the Lord Buddha for our own and our family's prosperity.
ในยุคนั้นแม้องค์สมเด็จพระชินสีห์จะเสด็จดับขันธปรินิพพานไปแล้วแต่พระพุทธศาสนา ยังคงรุ่งเรืองอยู่ห่างออกไปไม่ไกลนักจากเรือนของบิดามารดามีอารามแห่งหนึ่งซึ่งมีพระภิกษุสงฆ์ผู้ปฏิบัติดีประพฤติชอบเป็นเนื้อนาบุญให้กับชาวเมืองจึงเป็นโอกาสให้เราได้ไปสั่งสมบุญยังอารามแห่งนั้นเป็นประจำและบุญที่ทำอย่างสม่ำเสมอก็คือการได้ถวายน้ำฉันน้ำใช้แด่พระภิกษุสงฆ์อยู่เนืองนิดด้วยอานิสงส์นี้จึงกลายมาเป็นแหวนวชิรมณีวารีบุญวงนี้เจ้าลองดูสิว่าแหวนวงนี้มีลักษณะเหมือนกับอะไร
ข้าแต่แม่เจ้าผู้เป็นนายหญิงของข้าดิฉันว่ามันเหมือนเปลวเพลิงนะเจ้าคะแม่เจ้าคงจะทำบุญถวายเปลวประทีปละกระมังเจ้าคะ
ถูกแล้วจ้ะเจ้าเนี่ยเก่งสมกับเป็นบริวารที่เกิดด้วยบุญแห่งข้าจริงเชียวปฏิปะรัตนมณีสิริธรรมรงค์วงนี้เกิดจากบุญที่เราได้ถวายโคมประทีปบูชาพระมหาเจดีย์มุ่งตรงต่อพระพุทธองค์ด้วยใจที่เลื่อมใสศรัทธาซึ่งพระอารามแห่งนั้นจะจัดให้มีพิธีถวายประทีปเป็นพุทธบูชาอยู่เป็นประจำทุกครั้งที่มีงานถวายประทีปผู้คนจะมาร่วมบุญกันมากมายแม้แต่ชาวเมืองอื่นก็ยังยอมเดินทางไกลเพื่อมาร่วมงานบุญนี้
ข้าแต่นายหญิงผู้เป็นเจ้าชีวิตของบ่าวเจ้าขาแล้วแหวน2 วงนี้ล่ะเจ้าคะผู้มีปัญญาน้อยอย่างบ่าวดูรูปทรงไม่ออกเลยว่าเกิดจากผลบุญอะไร
แหวนวงนี้มีชื่อว่านีลมณีสิริธรรมรงค์เกิดจากผลบุญที่เราได้สร้างมหาวิหารเพื่อเป็นที่ประดิษฐานรูปหล่อของพระอริยสาวกให้มหาชนได้กราบไหว้บูชาและยังใช้เป็นสถานที่บำเพ็ญเพียรภาวนาอีกด้วยนะจ๊ะส่วนแหวนวงนี้นีลวิเชียรชัยมงกุฎธรรมรงค์ก็เกิดจากอานิสงส์แห่งการสร้างพระวิหารอีกเช่นกันแต่เป็นพระวิหารสำหรับให้หมู่สงฆ์ใช้เป็นสถานที่สาธยายมนต์หรือในบางครั้งก็ใช้เป็นที่เทศน์สอนธรรมะให้กับหมู่ชนที่มาฟังธรรมการสร้างถาวรวัตถุให้ภิกษุสงฆ์ได้ใช้บำเพ็ญสมณกิจมีอานิสงส์มากมายนักพวกเจ้าจงดูทิพยวิมานของเราว่ามีความวิจิตรการตาน่ารื่นรมเพียงใดเป็นผลบุญใหญ่จากการสร้างพระวิหารถวายไว้ในพระพุทธศาสนาส่วนแหวน2 วงนี้เป็นเพียงเสี้ยวหนึ่งแห่งผลบุญจากการสร้างพระวิหารของเราวรรณบุปผามหาธรรมรงค์แหวนดอกกล้วยไม้เราเห็นแหวนวงนี้ที่ไรก็จะปลื้มใจในบุญทุกครั้งเพราะในสมัยที่เรายังเป็นมนุษย์เราชื่นชอบดอกกล้วยไม้มากทุกครั้งที่เราพร้อมด้วยบิดามารดานำภัตตาหารไปถวายแด่พระภิกษุสงฆ์เราก็จะนำดอกกล้วยไม้ไปถวายเป็นบริวารด้วยทุกครั้งไม่เพียงแค่นั้นนะเรายังนำพันไม้ชนิดนี้ไปปลูกเพื่อสร้างความสวยงามเจริญตาเจริญใจให้แก่ผู้อื่นที่มาสั่งสมบุญด้วย
ความงามของสิริทิพยสมบัติแห่งแม่เจ้าไม่เพียงแต่เจริญตาเท่านั้นยังเจริญใจอีกด้วยนะเจ้าคะแหวนทุกวงช่างเหมาะสมกับนิ้วอันเรียวงามของแม่เจ้าผู้เป็นเทพนารีเปี่ยมด้วยบุญญามากเลยเจ้าค่ะแล้วเวลานี้แม่เจ้าผู้เป็นทั้งหมดของชีวิตบ่าวจะเปลี่ยนใส่วงไหนขอโปรดบัญชาเถิดเจ้าค่ะแม่เจ้าลองสวมวงนี้ดูสิเจ้าคะ
Wisdom number 11. Support your parents. If we were to use Mount Sumeru as our pen and all the water of the ocean as our ink, even if we were to write the virtues of our parents in the sky until there were no place left to write, the mountains were worn down and the seawater dry, we would still have not reached the end of our parents' virtues. Quote by the Buddha. Of all the love and kindness in this world, nothing can exceed the love and kindness parents have for their children. Parents will do everything in their power to make their children healthy, happy, smart, and successful, even if they have to work themselves to death. Poor parents would rather put themselves in debt rather than see their children suffer. Even the toughest and most insensitive man and woman will manage to find the most tender and unlimited love for their own children. Your parents are the most vulnerable human beings worthy of your love, respect, and gratitude. There is no one in this world you owe your debt of gratitude to as much as your parents. It is your duty and obligation to look after them and care for them the best way you know how. Taking care of your parents is the most fundamental virtue that a person must perform. If you meet someone who neglects his parents, you can be sure that he's unlikely to have any interest in helping anyone else. A person without gratitude is not a good person. What have your parents done for you? First and foremost, your parents are responsible for have given you the gift of life. Don't go thinking that being born a human is an automatic entitlement. For every human born in this world, there are thousands that are born as animals, fish or insects. Look around your surroundings and you will be clear of this fact. To be born human is a rare privilege indeed. You are fortunate to have been brought into this world by your parents. This virtue alone is worthy of your deepest gratitude. Parents are your saints and guardian angels. They are the first to protect and care for you before anyone else. They provide you with food, shelter, clothing, education, and medical care, and they support you in every way they know how. Most parents will sacrifice everything for the sake of their children. In addition to giving you life, protecting you from danger, caring for you, and bringing you up in this world, your parents also are your first teachers. They teach you everything from learning how to walk, to talk, bathe, and eat, to have good manners and good behaviors. If you compare man with animals, there is no comparable animal which takes so long or expends so much effort in the care of its young as a human. Keeping you healthy and educated is not the only responsibility your parents have to shoulder. Even your own basis of moral understanding has to come from your parents. They keep an eye on your friends, find the best schools, choose the best books for you to read, and correct you when you're doing unacceptable things. They teach you the virtues of life, cultivate you to become a good and responsible person. Even after you have become an adult with independent means, your parents are still there for you to give you moral support and guidance. At the time of their death, they make sure their accumulated wealth is passed on to you. Duties to your parents. It is said that a mother can take care of 10 children, but sometimes 10 children can't take care of one mother. Are you one of those children? All parents expect their children to be good human beings and to succeed in life. They expect their children to look after them in their old age, perpetuate the good work for society they have already started, carry the good name of the family, use the family wealth in a responsible way, and perform funeral rites for them when they pass away. It is your noble duty to fulfill these expectations. Aside from taking good care of your parents, you must behave morally towards them. Show good manners and respect to them. Make them happy and avoid things that you know annoy them. If you can alleviate stressful duties which might fall upon your parents, you can help them enjoy the last years of their lives better. Help preserve their well-earned dignity. On the spiritual side, you should see to it that your parents lead moral lives. Inspire them to have faith in the triple gem, the three things that Buddhists take refuge in and look toward for guidance, consisting of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, which is the community Buddhist monks and nuns. Encourage them to practice generosity, uphold moral precepts, listen to Dharma teachings, and cultivate their mind through meditation. This way, your parents can reap the benefit in this life as well as the next. Apart from taking responsibility for organizing a fitting funeral, Buddhist sons and daughters will do meritorious deeds regularly to dedicate the merit from their good deeds to the benefit of their deceased parents. Also, in many Buddhist countries, it is a tradition for a sanna to ordain temporarily as a monk, usually aged 20 or older, or a novice monk when they are younger than 20, as a way to repay the debt of gratitude to his parents. This is considered the highest virtue a son can perform for his parents. Remember, you are a reflection of your parents and the way they brought you up. It is your duty to conduct your life in a proper and honorable way, worthy of their good name. Virtue. Acts of gratitude towards parents are the highest virtue a son or daughter can perform. Gratitude to parents is cherished by all religion. Your acts of gratitude towards your parents will bring auspicious things to your life. You will gain respect and admiration from those around you. Your good examples will be noticed by your children and will form praiseworthy behaviors for them. You will be the pride of your family. You will enjoy a happy and harmonious life for yourself and your family. At the time of death, you will be assured of a heavenly destination. Ones who are grateful to their parents, who take good care of them, who fulfill their duties towards them, are protected by divine beings.
Making resolutions. Having goals in life is very important. If we have goals, our daily actions, speech, and thoughts would go towards achieving those goals. People in general regard the making of resolution as a process of lamenting our suffering to something sacred and asking for things we want, or for life to proceed smoothly and effortlessly towards our goals without hindrances. Many tend to view individuals who make resolution as foolish and illogical. Therefore, we should first clarify that making resolution is not about asking for something. Making resolution is a way to stay locked in to our goals until they're achieved. It is a compass for our life and mind, and it strengthens our mental fortitude. It's a way to prepare ourselves and to live life in order to achieve our goals, while using merit that we have accumulated in the past as the driving force. For example, when we plan to travel to a place far away, we must prepare the car, fuel, map, etc. To obtain these things, money is required. Money in this case can be compared to merit that can be accrued by doing good deeds, for example, giving, helping others, upholding the precepts, or meditating. We then make a resolution using our accumulated merit to help us to be healthy, intelligent, and sufficiently wealthy in order to live a carefree life, a virtuous life that allows us to perform more wholesome deeds and accumulate more merit until we achieve life's ultimate goals, eradicate defilements, and attain true happiness. Merit will give its effects when it's time, whether we make a resolution or not. However, if we did not make a resolution and carefully design a blueprint, when the merit fruits, it may not support our effort to do wholesome deeds. We may be endowed with a strong, healthy body, wealth, and intelligence, but if these things are used to commit evil deeds, it would completely go against our life's goals. Accumulate merit, dana, sila, samadhi. Make resolutions using the merit, health, wealth, intelligence, with an emphasis on life's goals. Lead a comfortable life and be able to perform even more merit. Achieve life's goals. Steps in making resolution. Sit in a half lotus position or comfortably in a chair. Softly close your eyes as if you are about to fall asleep. Relax every part of your body so that it's free from tension. Adjust your sitting position so that you feel relaxed. Allow your mind to come to a standstill by gently letting it rest at the center of your body. Reflect on the merit or images of the wholesome deeds that you perform so that your mind is radiant and relaxed. Link the merit that we have accumulated in the past with what we aspire. Make sure your mind is still. Do not recite your resolution or do it forcefully, because that brings about success slowly. Instead, gently imagine what we wish to achieve like a sense deep within, similar to the way a song pops in your head naturally without effort. Make resolutions using the merit as a tool to easily achieve your goals by having these three fundamental qualities: a healthy body, sufficient wealth, and great intelligence. All this so we can lead a smooth and happy life that will allow us to help others to be happy and to easily reach their goals. After performing wholesome deeds, we should reaffirm our resolutions consistently in order to reinforce our commitment, which will ultimately affect our actions. This will allow us to proceed happily with our life and towards achieving our goals.